Hello, everybody. Are we live? Are we live? I'm not sure. Just still double checking things here. Fixing my camera. How are you guys doing tonight? There's so much spirit activity in my home tonight. It would be creepy for the normal person. All right. Bada bing, my computer's already making all kinds of noises. All right. Hello. All right, you guys. So most of you, if you've been watching me for a while, you already know that I am a psychic medium. I communicate with people who've passed away. This is what I do for a living. And this is who I am. This is my whole life. And it's almost Christmas. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of people who need some reassurance, some support, some messages from their loved ones, and not everybody is in a position to be able to go out and book a private reading, right? So that's kind of why I get up here and I do what I do. So tonight we are giving away free live messages from Spirit. All you got to do is call in. So the number, hi Christina, isn't that weird? I can totally see this now, the messages on here when you guys write. Well, I learned something actually the last live that I did, that I can see the messages now, but all of the messages that you guys comment here, as soon as I end this live reading, I can't see them. So if you like and share this video and you want me to pull a tarot card reading for you later, if you know what that's all about, then make sure you do so after we're done our live so that it records your comment. Okay. So also, you guys, if you would like a message from Spirit tonight, I'm going to give you the phone number again, but it should be in the description of the video. So if you look in the description below, the phone number will be there as well. The phone number to call for the reading or for a message from Spirit. And how this works is, guys, I just start answering the phone, and whoever gets through, gets through. I leave that up to Spirit. I will stay here and talk to Spirit as long as I possibly can. All right, this is just my way of saying Merry Christmas, everybody. All right, so the phone number, in case you can't see it on the video or in the description, is 587-703-9165. 587-703-9165. Somebody's already calling. Hello, you're live with Tracy. Hi, who's calling?
Mercedes.
Who? Sorry?
Mercedes Skopok.
Mercedes, how are you?
I'm good.
That's good. Can you take a breath for me for a second? I think I can feel your heart.
Yeah. I know, I'm just going to change my right now, and then I finally got through.
Oh, that's why I could feel the anxiety going.
Yeah, I've been trying to get through with you for a while with your free live readings, but I never get a chance to get through or get a reading. So,
well, you're in luck today, Mercedes, because guess what? Facebook banned me. They don't like something I said a couple of years ago, so they went back and found something they didn't like, and so they not banned me, but they prevented me from being able to go live on Facebook for 30 days. They put me in Facebook jail. So that pushed me over here to YouTube. And I think there's only like 4 people watching right now. So
yeah, I have a notification that pops up when you when you go on live.
Yeah. Well, it's going to take some people. It's going to take some people some time to get used to the fact that I'm on YouTube now, right? So You got in. That's awesome. Okay. Did baby settle down? Are you good to go?
I'm good.
All right, my friend, let's do this. Okay, so what I want you to do, I like to start with a grounding exercise. This just helps me get connected to your energy.
Okay. Hang on, sorry, I'm gonna find a quiet spot.
I have 4. I know what that's like.
I got 2, so okay.
Okay, you let me know when you're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So I want you to sit with both feet flat on the floor for a minute.
Yep.
And then I want you to close your eyes and quiet your mind for a minute if you can. And then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me and give me a minute to focus. Okay, slow down. Okay. Wow. Okay. So there's a bunch of energy coming through for you. So give me a second here. This beginning part, I call this the puzzle dump, because when we do this connecting exercise, it's like there's this huge dump of information that comes at me. And you know what? If it's okay with you, I'm just going to explain this for a second, how this works for me, because I forgot to do that at the beginning. And maybe some people I haven't read before and they don't get this. Hold on a second, because this is what it's like. So the way this works for me is they take over all of my senses, right? Sight, touch, taste, smell, whatever it is. And then they play things from what I call my library. And they will show me whatever it is from my thoughts, feelings, and experiences in my library, just to get me to say whatever it is that they need you to hear. But you have to keep in mind that I don't always know what that means, because they're not talking to me, they're talking to you. So, and especially because we are live, they will maintain your privacy. So if you have, let's just say they wanted to talk about like SEX or something, they wouldn't show me that. They would show me like exercise and you would have to put it together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. All right. So what I'm feeling right away is there's two people here that step forward right away. The first one that I can feel goes one above, and it feels like a mother or grandmother figure. So this guy.
That could be my grandmother on my dad's side. I know she.
Okay, hold on a second. One of the things that I asked Spirit to do, it's not enough for them to just say grandma, because you could have like 3 of them over there, right? So I ask them to bring forward the details that will help them help you differentiate who they are. Okay, so she's validating this. She's showing me, she's taking me to the head, which is my symbol for confusion, dementia, Alzheimer's, and inability to communicate at the end. She is taking me to the very end. She's making me feel like it was just at the end. And there's a feeling of frustration because I can hear people talking to me, but I can't talk back. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Is that grandma?
I think so. I know my dad's mother passed away a while ago, and let's see, my grandmother, Martha or Teresa.
Okay, stay with me, hon. It's in the details. Do the details. What do you know about grandma's death? Do you understand the details of the head, of the confusion?
I'm not too sure. I was still just a baby, or I think I wasn't even born yet when she passed away.
Okay. So it's interesting because she comes forward, and then the gentleman is here as well. And I do hear daddy's hands, which is my symbol for father figure, or somebody on dad's side of the family. Now, I know you said that was dad's mom. Is your dad also on the other side of the family? On the other side?
No.
So your grandmother is bringing forward the person that is underneath of her, and I'm hearing daddy's hands. So that's dad, father figure, or somebody on dad's side of the family. So
someone on my dad's side of the family, that could be my older brother that recently passed away too.
There we go. That's what I'm telling you. She's bringing forward the person that's underneath of her, which is somebody that is younger to her or younger than her. And I think the reason why your grandmother is coming through first, and I see this a lot, is because there's some grief and anxiety around your brother's passing because it's still so fresh. And so grief and anxiety acts as a distortion in the energy. So it can be harder for me to connect to his energy than it is to connect to hers, because you have no grief or anxiety around hers. So she came forward first to bring your brother through. It's funny, as we start talking about him, you hear how quiet it got in your house?
Yeah.
He's trying to calm everything down. Your brother shows me this, so now he's validating. He's showing me sudden, unexpected, or traumatic passing. He's showing me white lighters all around him, which are beings who are on the other side that are pure white light. Their job is to help souls heal. So typically I will see them surround somebody who either takes responsibility for their passing, committed suicide or whose passing was sudden, unexpected, or traumatic in such a way that there's a lot of healing needed for the person that passed or the people that are left behind. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
He says, can you tell her I'm all in one piece? Tell them all I'm all in one piece. I'm good over here. I'm good. Please tell them I don't want you to remember me that way. I want you to see me. I'm whole. Usually when they say that, that means there's some type of disfiguration or some type of something that happens to the body at the end. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
How did your brother pass, hon?
He committed suicide.
That's what I thought. Okay, so hold on a second. And that's why he keeps saying he's whole. I understand. Because he didn't feel whole when he was here in the physical world, right?
Yeah.
He needs you to know that he's safe and at peace on the other side. And he is watching over your children, by the way. He gets really excited about being able to be with them now in a way that he couldn't before. He felt separated. I don't know if that was distance or space or emotional distance. Do you know what he's talking about there?
With my children?
Yes.
Well, he never got to meet my son, my oldest.
That's why, because that's what he's showing me, that distance or space, and he's so grateful that he has a chance to be with you now in a way that he was never there before. He's taken me, again, remember I said all I could feel was that confusion? I don't think that's from your grandma, honey. I think that's from him.
Yeah.
And he's letting you know that he's not in any more pain anymore. He's not confused anymore. He's clear on the other side. And I feel like he wants to let everybody know that he's okay. He's like, this is my Christmas gift to you. He's like, everything is going to be okay. And then I feel, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm like, for what? And I just feel like you brought some comfort to your parents. I don't know what that's about. What did you do for mom?
For my mom, I don't think I did anything. Like, well, I just recently moved into a different place than where I was staying, and well, I've been letting her be around my kids for, well.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay, hold on a second. So you have allowed her back into your home and into your world, and there's been some reuniting there. That's why he's saying thank you for what you're doing with mom. So you got to understand that they're not talking to me, they're talking to you, and I don't know the details of your life, right? So this is why I say we have to work together, because otherwise it slows it down if you're trying to wait for them to tell me what it all means, right? So he's saying thank you for what you're doing for mom, because he needs you to know that it's working and that you guys are taking baby steps towards a better future that is full of happiness and connection. And you're learning to stop paying attention to the struggle and the pain. And he's really proud of you guys for that. He's dinging bells. I don't know what that's about. Did you guys put bells on the Christmas tree?
I did put like some hummingbirds and my angel on there, but I didn't put bells.
I'm seeing bells specifically. Ding dong, ding dong. I don't know what this means. And then he gives it to mom. Is there something about a Christmas bell or something special about bells?
That could be my auntie. She might have put some bells on her tree, because I know she put her tree up as well. And she has this design where she has like her wreaths on the roof, and I think it's bells that she has in the middle, or ornaments.
I bet you it's bells, because the dead do that a lot, especially when we're recording. I've been doing this for years now, and they do this kind of stuff all the time. So what they will do is they will give you a piece of information that even you don't know, so that when you tell her and you say, you have bells there, she'll be like, yeah, how do you know that? You'll be like, well, he told me. Because he's good. He's still here. He's not dead. He's just invisible. And you have to look for the synchronicity and coincidence to see him in your present. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, honey. I'm going to let him pull his energy back, but please know that he loves you very much, and he is with grandma over there. There is a bunch of other people over there, but for now, just know that they're all together and happy and good, and I hope that helps.
Yeah, it is.
All right. You have a great rest of your day, okay?
Yeah, you too.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, you guys, here we go. Who's next? Who's next? I'm just getting fired up. Hello, you're live with Tracy.
Hi,
Hi, who's calling?
Kayla.
Hi, Kayla. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You sound so sad.
I'm not sad.
Okay, good. You're excited to get through, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so are you somewhere where we can do this connecting exercise?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to sit with both feet flat on the floor for me for a minute.
Okay.
Holy, you come with a lot of spirit. All of a sudden, I'm like sweating on air. That's how you can tell there's a lot of people in the room. Slow this down. Okay, so with both feet flat on the floor, what I want you to do is close your eyes, and then I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to picture that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body. And then I want you to blow it straight through the phone at me and give me a minute to focus. Ooh. Okay, Kayla, you come with a lot of energy here, so you're going to have to work with me here, okay?
Okay.
All right, so are you familiar with my term, the puzzle dump?
No.
Okay, so what I mean by the puzzle dump is when we do that connecting exercise, what happens is that I get this huge rush of information that takes over all of my senses. And I call it the puzzle dump because it's kind of like when you're building a puzzle, you have to dump out all the pieces and organize them to figure out how they fit together. So there's just a rush of information coming at me and I don't know how it all fits together. So what I'm going to do is describe for you everything I'm picking up, and then we will go back and figure out how it fits, okay?
Okay.
Two things. I'm very aware that there is some type of tragedy or some type of extreme something or other because I can feel the anxiety in the air and I can taste blood. And that is my symbol for tragedy. I'm also was taken to the chest and it was so strong I almost couldn't breathe. I think somebody had a heart attack or there was something about not being able to breathe. Slow this down. Although I do see distance or space around that person, I hear daddy's hands, which is my symbol for father figure, or somebody who is on dad's side of the family. And then I see a lot of people around that person. So I want to start with the tragedy because I can't really get past it. It distorts the energy around me, right? So...
like, could it be something like with me?
No, this person that's stepping forward passed suddenly, unexpectedly, traumatically, or before we would think of as their time. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
They are surrounded by white lighters, which are beings on the other side of pure white light, and their job is to help souls heal. So typically I will see them surround somebody who either takes responsibility for their passing, committed suicide, or whose passing is sudden, unexpected, or traumatic in such a way that there's a lot of healing needed for the person that passed or the people that are left behind.
Okay.
Who is that person?
I think that it's my, like my partner's sister's boyfriend.
Oh, okay. You knew this person?
Yeah.
And they died traumatically?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a lot of grief and maybe some unanswered questions in this situation?
Yeah.
Because they're showing me the question mark all around this, which is my symbol for we may not have all the answers to this yet. And I just keep hearing how. And I can feel, you got to understand, as soon as we did that connection exercise, the first thing I could feel was that confusion all around. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And then I feel gratitude. So who is this, a female, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of things. So she's not so much taking responsibility for her passing. I think it's more of a tragedy.
No.
I feel like more like her life was taken. Oh, it's a he. Okay. But so he's making me feel like his life was taken. It's not feeling like he did this to himself. It's feeling like more this was done to me. Do you understand that?
Well, no, it was an overdose.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. And this is where we get all the questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I do, and it's interesting because the way he stepped forward with all the white lighters, like I said, that's usually them taking responsibility in some way, shape, or form. And there is an element of that there, but he's also confirming that other people played a part in this. And he's talking about how, because see, I think it's his family. So how are you connected to this person? You're dating his relative? Is this it?
No, I'm dating the brother of his partner. So his girlfriend's brother is my fiance.
Okay, I can't keep track of all that in my head. I'm just going to say you are connected to his family. How's that?
Yeah.
And his family is desperate to make sense of how this could have happened. He's making me feel like, yes, it's part of his responsibility, but it's also part of the people that was hanging around him, that he was following a crowd. And I think it's important for us to make that distinction because I get the feeling that somebody else is kind of struggling with the same issue, right?
Yeah, his brother.
That's what I'm telling you. And he's saying, listen, it's very important that, yes, you put some of the responsibility on me, but some of the responsibility has to go on the people that I was with. Because my brother thinks that he can control it all by himself. It doesn't matter what they do. I got this. He's like, but look what happened to me. I thought I had it too. And the people around me went a little bit further. So I thought I could go a little bit further. And then this is what happened. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's telling his brother to know that he's okay on the other side, but he's also wanting him to know that it's time to separate yourself from the people that are bringing you down and focus on the people that can bring you up. And then I feel a lot of that's where the gratitude comes in for your influence on the family. And so now that he's had that to say, he brings forward the female, the mother figure. I think this is a grandma or an auntie because she comes through with a huge amount of what I call grandma gush, which is like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. That kind of nurturing energy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She takes deep breaths. She's like, I can breathe just fine. I smell cigarette smoke. Do you have a grandmother, auntie, mother figure that smoked a lot?
It's not my grandma, but it's my partner's grandma.
You know who this is?
Yeah.
And you were very close with her?
Yeah.
Because, man, is she coming through with a lot of love for you. She's wanting you to know something. Hold on a second. Did you lose a child, sweetheart?
Yeah, I've had multiple miscarriages.
Because she said she's got a message for you that they're all okay. You did nothing wrong. Deep breaths. I feel like, are you still trying to have a child?
Yeah.
Because she said, you know what? You need to take some deep breaths. And your Christmas present is, sweetheart, you will have a child. This baby is coming to you. You have not lost multiple children. You have one soul that loves you so much that they keep trying to come back to you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And what you need to do now is just get excited about that. You need to just take some deep breaths and know that this child is going to come as soon as they're ready to come and as soon as you're ready for the child. They won't show me the sex because they want it to be a surprise.
Okay.
Aw, this grandma says she knew how much you needed to know that. So that's your Christmas present, is that you will have a child coming up within the next year or two. Those issues that you've had, I think there's going to be some medical breakthroughs or therapies that are going to come through to help you with whatever that was causing the miscarriage. It feels, I'll be honest with you, she's talking about a deficiency of some sort of something. And I think you're going to figure it out here. See, if you focus on finding the solution, then you will lead yourself to the solution. Don't focus on figuring out the problem because then you'll get more problem. Focus on finding the solution. She'll guide you right there.
Okay.
She loves you so much. They all do. And they're like, have a Merry Christmas. Oh, they're pulling their energy back. I hope that helped, hon.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a great rest of your evening, okay?
You too. Happy holidays.
You too. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye. Oh, I love spirit. You see why I have the best job in the whole world? I really do. Okay, here we go. Hello, you're live with Tracy. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Can you turn my mouth down in the background for me, please?
Yep, I will definitely do that. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay, done.
You know what? While you do that, can you give me 2 seconds? Because there's a cat screaming at the door, and if I don't let him in, he's going to drive me bat crazy this whole reading. Give me 1 second here, okay?
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, kitty, kitty, kitty. All right. Hello, buddy. Okay. Hopefully he's going to let me do my work and not climb all over me. Haha. Okay, who am I talking to?
This is Tammy.
Tammy, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, but you have a very excited lady here. Holy. She's like, woohoo! That's all I can hear. Somebody's cheering. That's so funny. Okay, are you okay?
No, I'm not.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Okay, I want you to take a deep breath for me. Blow out some of that anxiety because it makes it harder for me to read for you. And then we're going to do this, okay?
Okay,
All right. Both feet flat on the floor for me, okay?
done.
I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me. And give me a minute to focus. Aw. Okay, hon. So you have a lot of grief on this, so you're going to have to help me work through these energies, okay? So right away I believe this is an older female and a younger female. I feel a mother figure energy, and then there is a younger soul that are coming together, and they are like side by side. I feel a huge amount of relief to be reunited. There is a father figure or an older gentleman standing there as well, but he's kind of standing there just trying to help calm the energy so you can get this person through because of your grief around their passing. Slow this down. Somebody is showing me. Okay, so do you understand the older and the younger together?
No.
Okay. That's okay. Okay, so let's start with the mother figure here. Slow this down. There we go. So I'm going to go to the lady, the mother figure that shows me, who is so excited to be here, by the way. She's taking me to the head, which is my symbol for dementia, Alzheimer's, stroke, aneurysm, confusion, some type of inability to communicate the way that we want to. Pardon me?
That'd be Grandma.
Okay, so that's the older lady. She's trying to bring through the younger person. Now, when I say younger person, I mean the person that passed before we would think of as their time. That doesn't always necessarily mean it's a child or something. It could even be somebody in their 40s or 50s even, right? But they passed before we would think of as their time. She's trying to bring this person through because you have so much anxiety around their passing. Do you understand that?
I don't even know who that would be.
Okay, maybe it's not the person that she's trying to pull through because you have so much anxiety around this that we're working through it. So what is this situation that I can't get around?
I'm trying not to cry. My mom right now is in the hospital.
That's it. Okay, say no more. Just for a second, say no more. Now I'm understanding. See, because I'm a medium, they speak in symbology, and I don't always, because it's not my life and my story, I don't always know what they mean, okay? So your grandma's stepping forward, and she's talking about the younger female, but she's not dead yet. That's my misinterpretation. She's talking about your mom. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Has your mom had some communication? Oh, I don't know if your mom's having the communication. I think that's still grandma, but she's talking about the pain throughout the body or the diagnosis, the multiple issues throughout the body. And then I feel the shock of it all. It's like, surprise, we didn't see this one coming, did we?
Okay, so she just had a pacemaker put in about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
She's back in the hospital. Her lungs keep filling up with fluid. They say it's because her heart's not working properly and the pacemaker's not working. They had to aspirate her today to get the lungs from off her fluid. The fluid off her lungs. And as fast as they're taking the fluid off her lungs are filling back up with fluid.
Wow. Okay. So hold on a second. Her dad is also on the other side, correct?
Yes.
Because remember I said the gentleman is over here. So grandma just pulled him forward and I see them standing over her bed. Slow this down. And this heart happened all of a sudden out of nowhere, right? Because that's what they're showing me, that this happened out of nowhere a few weeks ago. I feel like she was doing all great and going, and then bam, this happened out of nowhere.
Yeah, she's been in and out of the hospital for the last month and a half.
And before that, we didn't have any sign of this, right?
Not at the heart, no. Her liver, no, her kidneys have been slowly declining.
There's what we're getting at here. Hold on a second. Okay. So here's what she's showing me. Now I know why she's going back and back and back here, because she's describing dis-ease in your mom, right? It wasn't the heart that was in dis-ease before. There was other things, but dis-ease is dis-ease emotionally before it manifests physically, right?
Okay.
So the way that you help your mom is you have to get her excited about what she has to live for. See, what I'm feeling around her, and as you're talking about this, and that's why your grandma kept taking me back, was this feeling of having my life being pulled away from me and feeling like everything just hits me suddenly and now I can't live a quality of life that I want, right? And when I get filled with a dis-ease, then I just want to give up. Your grandma is I'll tell you something. She just showed me that your mama's a fighter. She said, you know what? She goes in and she opens up the windows and she's like, all right. So she's like, have you tried playing Christmas songs and getting her excited about what's coming up and talking about what's coming up and how much she's going to get through this, talking to God, praying to your loved ones and your grandmother and your grandfather and everybody else to fill her up with health and to remind her what she has to live for. If you focus on, so you hear all the grief and anxiety that you had when we started this phone call, I could hardly make out what your grandmother was saying, right?
Okay.
Grief distorts the energy, and whatever you are thinking and feeling, you're going to get more of and pull more in. When your mom started getting sick a while ago, she marinated in that in her mind, and it just produced more and more and more and more and more. So the trick is to pray, literally. Is to start praying and connecting to the higher dimensions, to God, to your loved ones, to your spirit guides and whatever. And your grandma just keeps showing, she's playing the song by Christina Aguilera in my head, Fighter.
Okay.
And she's reminding you about how much your mom loves you. She wants to be in your world. She doesn't want to be a burden in your world. And if your mom thinks she's going to be a burden in your world, she's going to give up. Do you understand?
I do.
She said, you know what? You remind your mom that she's a fighter, that she's got so much to live for. You play the Christmas songs and you be like, Mom, you're not doing this before Christmas. You hear me? You got to make her laugh. You got to raise her vibration. Do you understand?
I do.
Deep breaths. They're working with you. Talk to them. At this point in the world, What is going on is that there is nothing to fear but fear itself. God is going to give us the situations that we are the most, or not God, but the universe, the situations that we are the most afraid of are coming into our world. And it's a blessing in disguise because it gives you the opportunity to pray to God, to the higher dimensions, to your loved ones, to ask for that help and guidance and clarity. And when they give that to you, it is like a new tool that you have going forward. It's a new guidance system. It's more consciousness, connection, joy, and abundance than you've ever felt in your life. There is a blessing in disguise on the other side of this. Now, I want you to help see this, okay? I want you to help see what the blessing is here. I'm going to talk you through this, okay? So we're going to go back into when your mom started getting sick here. She started feeling like a burden. She started feeling like she couldn't do the things in your world that you needed to do. Everybody started taking care of her. That's hard for your mom when she's a very independent soul, right?
Yes, she doesn't like it.
Exactly. She doesn't want to live here in that spirit, in that vibration. And if everybody is treating her like she's crippled and then she doesn't feel good in that vibration, it's causing dis-ease in her world. So what you can say to yourself is, you know what? Because she had so much dis-ease going on in her world that it led to this point. And so now that she's hit as low as she can go and they fixed her heart, that's gonna fix, and she's going to start healing now. And when she starts healing, she's gonna know that she made it back from the brink of death. She's got to choose life right now. And here's the thing. Each and every single one of us are going to be happy by the end of this year, one way or another. When we die, we are instantly happy because we are in that dimension, right, of the higher dimensions. And it's instant peace, love, and joy. We can have that here in the physical world, but your mom doesn't know how to connect to that because she's been so stuck in that dis-ease and she's seen herself as this burden for a while. So you just got to change that for her. So you're going to be like, you know what, Mom, you came through this. You got better from that when you almost died. You're going to make it through anything. Look at how freaking tough you are. Not just that, but now you're going to provide an example for the rest of the family so we all know what tough stock we come from, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And because she went through this, it makes you stronger. Do you understand that?
Okay.
You got to get locked into that vibration and believe in the future more than you believe in the fear. Because the second that you pray and you start asking your loved ones and your guides to come in and help you, they will. I promise. And as you're saying this, your grandma says, Tracy, tell her we hear her prayers. We hear what you're saying. The only difference you got to do now is you got to get into the vibrational alignment of what you're asking for. Now, what I mean by that is when you pray, that is like ordering from the universe of life or from the restaurant of life. Okay? If you think of life as a restaurant and you can have whatever you want in this world, you have to place your order. And the way that you place your order is by thinking and feeling it and knowing it. Right? So when you pray and you say, Grandma, thank you for healing Mom. Don't say, please, please, please don't let her die, because the universe hears let her die. Give her more, let her die. You got to say, thank you for healing her. Thank you for fixing this and helping her be healthy again. Thank you for showing us what was needed to be fixed so that we could fix it. And now she's going to get better again, and get into that vibrational field. And when you do that, hold on. Somebody else is cutting through here. Give me a second. Are you married, hon?
No, I have a boyfriend whom I don't even know if we're going to last or not.
Interesting, because I think there's a father figure. I don't know if this is who it is. There is a gentleman stepping forward above the gentleman to the side. So that's why I'm thinking that this is your partner's father on the other side.
Yes.
Okay, that's him then. He's stepping forward. Interesting. See, this vibrational field is affecting everything in your world, including your relationship. because because you're so I was telling you the restaurant of life. He's taking me back there. He's a very powerful man, I have to tell you. So I don't know why he's there. Let me just tell you he's there. I'm going to finish my story, and then I don't know why he's here, but he's got something to say at the end of it. Okay, so when we're ordering from the restaurant, you put your order out there, you think it, you feel it, you thank them for bringing it to you, and then you sit and you wait patiently. That's the trick. Because when you order at a restaurant, you sit there with your company and you talk and you visit and whatnot, and then the food comes. And the more fun you're having, the quicker it comes, right? You don't follow the waitress back to the kitchen and be like, I don't believe that you're cooking my food. I don't believe you're going to bring it to me. I'm just going to stand here and watch you. And you don't white knuckle it the whole way, right? You know she's going to bring it to you. You just got to know your mom's going to get better. You got to know it. You got to feel it. And here's the thing. Even if she passed, hun, here's the thing. You love your mom more than anything in the world, right? I can feel that. So strong, it's not even funny, right?
Yes.
Now, you want her more than anything to be happy, right?
Yes.
Now, if she has to transition into the non-physical world in order to be happy and not suffer anymore, or she can stay here and suffer for another 10 years, if those were her only two options, what would you want for her?
I want her to be happy. I don't want her to suffer.
Okay, so no matter what...
Right now she is. She's suffering really badly in the hospital.
Okay, well, that's not going to go on for much longer, honey. She's either going to invest in her future and get plugged into the fact that she can live and get through this and have something to live for and get on the other side of this and feel like she has something to contribute in this family again, or she's going to let go and be in instant peace, love, and happiness in the vibrational field. No matter what, I promise you, she's going to be happy at the end of this year. And so are you. So are you. This is affecting your entire vibration. And that's why your partner's husband or father is coming forward, because he wants to let you know that it's okay to take some time away from your partner, because he's making it tough for you to be with your mom the way that you need to be with your mom, right?
Yes.
And if you can't be with your mom the way that you need to be with your mom, then you're putting yourself into more dis-ease. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then if you're vibrating in that negativity and guilt and negativity all the time, what are you ordering from the restaurant of life?
Not very good.
Exactly. You get what you think and feel. So here's the thing. I promise you, there is a blessing on the other side of all of this. You've just got to see through the fear to find the blessing. And when you do, really amazing things will happen. The manifestation time between, or the lag time between how long it takes to manifest a thought and an idea into a physical form is shorter now than it has ever been. And that is really good news. It's also, you got to be careful, because if you sit and marinate in the fear and worry, you're going to create what you're worrying about very quickly. Do you understand that?
Okay, so for the last week, I've talked to my mom. And every time I talked to her before she went into the hospital, she said to me, because I would go to her house and I would poke her. And she's like, why are you poking me? And I said, I'm poking you to make sure that you're still alive. Because I need that physical touch. And she said, I'm okay for what it's worth.
Yeah. Because, okay.
I think she's letting go.
That's exactly what your grandma has been saying this entire conversation, sweetheart, is that you need to change your vibration in the way you see your mom. You got to stop seeing her as dying. When you touch her, you need to say something to her like, I just need to feel you close because I like feeling you here, instead of looking at it in the negative view of just making sure you're still here. That insinuates that she might be dying. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So when you touch her, you say, oh, Mom, that makes me feel so good to know you're here. And then she doesn't say, well, for what it's worth. You know what I mean?
Yes.
when you approach her and let her know and express how much better your life is with her in it. Stop talking to her as if she's sick and start talking to her about what is coming up in her world when she gets better. And all of the people, places, and things that are waiting for her, and what you're going to do, and how good you feel when you're with her, and how happy you are she's still here. Stop allowing yourself to see her as sick. And I can't guarantee that she's going to choose life, because like I said, God's giving us each a choice right now. We are all going to be happy one way or another. There's been too much pain in this world. So either we are going to be able to choose to reinvest in our lives and find happiness here in the physical world, or we're going to die.
Okay.
And I don't mean to say it that blunt and straightforward, but I think you need to hear that, because if you tell yourself and you get caught up in that mental loop of my mom's dying, then you feel like she's dead and gone already, and she's not even gone. You've got to get caught up in the mental loop of she's not going to suffer one way or another. My mom is not going to be suffering by the end of this year. And that is what I really do want. Right?
Okay.
Now, if you can get her invested in the future, she might have something to hold on to. But if she doesn't, it's okay too, because I promise you, she is not gone. Even if she chooses to let go of her physical body, her soul is still here. Trust me, I deal with this on a daily basis. They are still here. They communicate with synchronicity and coincidence, cooperative, universal incidences. And even if she decides to transition into the non-physical world, she will always communicate with you. Your grandma just said she promises you that one. And just so you know, she's validating again that they have heard your prayers, because you've been praying like crazy. But she says, stop praying for them to heal her, or stop praying for her to like get better, because you're making it, when you say it that way, you're allowing the universe, you're putting it out there that she's sick. Right? So change it up and say, thank you for all the health you're giving her. Thank you for how good she's feeling. Thank you for filling her up with energy and that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Words, we call them spelling for a reason, because our words are magic spells. They are a vibrational form of energy that manifests our universe. So spell your mom into some health. And you can't do that all on your own. She has to choose it too. But just know that what is going on in your world is that you need to be happy too. It's time for you to be happy. And you can't be happy if your mom is suffering. So God's going to make sure that she doesn't suffer anymore. And then it's time for you to start focusing on you being happy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
They love you so very much. And she said, take it as a sign that you got through. And trust me, there's a lot of people trying to get through. And she's like, but you did. And we got you this message so that you can know that. And I hear that song again, fighter. She is a fighter. You've got a reminder of that. She feels useless. Give her something to feel that she's needed for, something she can do and contribute to the family, even if it's just her stories, her wisdom, her knowledge. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's, you know what I did to my grandma? It made her live an extra year, I swear. She lived till she was 97. I'm like, Grandma, I need your recipes. You can't go yet. You didn't give me that apple fritter recipe, and you didn't give me this recipe. And so, you know, I kept making her, she's half blind, and she's trying to write down recipes. And I'm like, you got those for me yet? She's like, girl, you know I'm old, right? And I'm like, no, you're not. You can do it. I had that girl so busy, she lived till she was 97.
Okay.
You can do this. And when you change your vibration, you watch. When you heal yourself, you heal everyone around you.
Okay, now what does my boyfriend's dad say? Sorry, I forgot.
What he's saying is that don't be afraid to push yourself away from your boyfriend if he's being negative. That's his nature. And you teach people how to treat you. And if you allow him to talk to you that way, and if you stay with him, even though he's pulling your vibration down, then you can't make your mom healthy or help your mom get healthy. You have nothing to offer her except for a low vibration in that situation, right? So he's saying, don't you worry about him, that you take care of mom, you get your vibration good, and then maybe if he is meant to be in your world, if he is somebody that can be in your world and lift you up and inspire you and make you add value to your world, then he will come back. But you have to learn to detach from the people that are bringing you down and put your own heart first. Because when you put yourself first and your cup runneth over, then you have something, it runneth over and spills onto everybody else around you.
Okay. Now my ex-boyfriend has come back into the picture, and he's told me after 2 years of being gone that he's really sorry that he left me.
Well, before you say anything else, because I'm going to get to some other callers here, and I want to leave you with this. I want to remind you that every single thing happens for a reason. And we just had a big discussion about how there is a blessing on the other end, right? There is a blessing in disguise. If you can learn to detach from the energies and the people that are pulling your vibration down, there will be a blessing on the other side of that. Maybe it's time, and the universe always lets you know when it's time to let go of those people, because somebody else will come in the picture. You see what I mean? If you want apple juice in your cup, but it's full of piss, you gotta dump out the piss first. Make room for it. Do you understand?
Yes.
There is great happiness for you there. And it's coming into your world. You've just got to choose and believe in that. Start seeing that more than you see the pain. Put your heart first and do what makes you happy, to the point that your cup runneth over, and you will start healing everyone around you. It's going to be okay.
Okay.
I hope this was helpful, hon.
It was. And I promise I'm going to come and see you in the new year.
All right. Well, you just go focus on your mom and blast some Christmas music and put some colorful pictures up there, or do something to remind her that she's still needed.
Well, we're not allowed to be in the hospital with her right now, so it's really hard.
Oh, I can only imagine. You know what? Myself and every single person who's watching this is sending you prayers right now. And I want you to keep praying and telling God, instead of saying, I can't go see her, I want you to say, Grandma, give me an opening. I need to go see my mom. Make it happen. And then watch the magic happen. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck, sweetheart.
Thank you, Tracy.
All right. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
And that right there, folks, is why I do what I do. Hello, you're live with Tracy.
Hi.
Hi, who's calling?
My name is Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. You have much better energy. You're not as in grief right now, hey?
I'm trying my best.
Well, that's good. I'm not feeling it as strongly, so that's good.
Yeah, you remember me?
I don't. What's your name again? Sorry?
Sarah.
Well, you got to understand, I've read for about 50 different Sarahs.
I know, probably so many. It's a popular name.
Yes. Okay, so I don't remember you, and because I can't see your face. You're just a name, Sarah, and I've seen like 50 Sarahs, so I have no clue who you are. So that's okay, but we are starting over, so that means that your loved ones are going to show up and validate for us, just like they in the beginning, okay?
Yes.
Possibly, they might. Sometimes they don't. If I've read for you before, they just will skip all that and go right to what you want to hear now. You never know,
Awesome.
so.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Okay, both feet flat on the floor for me.
Okay.
I want you to close your eyes, and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and give me a minute to focus.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So if I've read for you before, then you're aware of my term, the puzzle dump. Excuse me, it's already starting. All right. If they'll let me breathe long enough to get this out. there's a few people here. There's an older gentleman that is definitely choking off my ability to breathe. That's either there was smoking or a lung something issue or a heart attack of some sort, because they're restricting my ability to breathe properly. There is also, I'm hearing daddy's hands, which is my symbol for father figure, or somebody who's on dad's side of the family. But I see two gentlemen step forward and side by side and very excited to be together. And I just hear double trouble. Interesting. Okay. So when I'm asking who this is, so I'm going to the dad's side, and I think I'm going one above. Is your dad still here in the physical world?
My dad is, but his dad passed away. Yeah.
And did he have the breathing or the heart attack issue before he passed?
I don't think he died of a heart attack. I think he had cancer.
that can make a lot of sense. Yep. See, all I can feel is that end part. You know, when you're at the end and you hear people like gurgling and those last breaths.
Yeah.
Because see, as we talk about this now, they release my throat. So I think that's exactly who we got coming forward. But I feel like he wants your know that he has the brother or the person to the side with him, because there is great relief to be reunited on the other side. So that person has been passed for a distance or space. So I think he's been there for a long time, because that's why your grandfather has so much relief to be reunited. I don't know if this person is to the side or underneath, to be honest with you. Do you have an uncle that's on the other side?
I do, but he's on my mom's side.
Oh, that's okay. Your grandfather's bringing him forward. Slow this down. That's interesting. So now, so they're both stepping forward. When I asked, I'm like, we got one from dad's and one from mom's. And they said, well, we only got so much time, right? So they're both jumping in here. And then I see the white blanket going around mom's shoulders, which is my symbol for watching over somebody that has health or stress issues. Space. And then I'm feeling the heart going around everybody and gratitude. Okay, now to figure out what those signs and symbols mean. So, is your mom a distance or a space away from you right now?
No, I'm really close with my mom.
Did she used to live a distance or a space away? Because they're showing me the distance or space, bringing you closer, putting the heart around the two of you, which is my symbol for healing or reuniting or just peace, love. Do you see what I mean? But they're validating this relationship.
Well, me and my mom are super, super close, and just kind of to our old readings, I brought her over to see you just because she was having a lot of stress and issues. So, and I think that's cleared up a lot. So that's in the gratitude, and yeah.
That makes so much sense why they're showing me the heart and the peace around that situation and giving you gratitude. Perfect example of what I mean when I say they're not talking to me, they're talking to you.
Exactly, yeah.
He's so proud of you, just so you know that. I want to go, I think this is your grandfather, just so you know. He's like...
Mom's or dad's?
Your dad's dad wasn't here until you said that. He's like, oh, I'm going to talk too? Okay. And then I just saw mom's dad roll his eyes like, oh, great, here we go. I don't get a word in edgewise now. Was dad's dad a big character?
He actually died when my dad was little, so I didn't know him, and my dad didn't really know him that well. But I was really close to my mom's dad.
That's why your mom's dad was the one that's talking. But your dad's dad, let me tell you, he's got a bigger than life personality. He has like this full personality as soon as you mention him.
Yeah.
But no, I'm talking to mom's mom. And that would make sense more if this is the person that you were very close with, because he keeps showing me how proud he is of you. And he shows me like last year, all the gray that was around you, which is my symbol for challenge. And then all of the changes that you've made this year. He's making me feel like you did 10 years of growth in 1 year. Do you understand that?
Yeah. There's been a lot of changes in my life.
He's so showing me my symbol for breaking of addiction, which doesn't always mean substance. It can also mean habits or behaviors. Understand that?
Yeah, in multiple different ways. Yeah, I was in a relationship that was kind of really unhealthy and had addiction, and it was bringing me down. It took a lot to leave that, and now I'm a single mom of two. So yeah,
That's why he's so proud of you. That's why he like talking about how he's so grateful. Remember, they showed me the white blanket going around mom's shoulders, watching over somebody with health or stress issues, and then they showed me the healing around that. And yeah. And this, I'm so glad that you got through. And I love that. I love this about God and about spirit, and the people come through in the order they need to come through. And what you just said validates every single thing I said to the girl, right? I don't know if you were listening to that, but I was trying to help her see that if she detaches from all of those people and things that are pulling her vibration.
it was so hard for me to make that decision and to walk away. But honestly, like, my life has changed so much, and there were so many hard steps that I had to take, and just being alone and all those feelings. But always, looking at where I was to where I am today, it's crazy. It's crazy how much, one decision, even though it's hard, can really have a huge impact in your life.
Well, because it comes down to you putting yourself first.
Yes.
And you are the embodiment of exactly what I was talking about. You care about yourself and you put yourself first, and you start making choices and decisions that allow you to feel loved and your cup to runneth over. Then you have so much runneth over that it starts spilling out and healing your love around you. And you have so much runneth over that you now have something to give back to your mom in a way that you didn't before. And it's made you even closer.
To see, even just after she's seen you, she was like, she was having night terrors, and she's always had them. And after seeing you, she was like, I'm not having them as much. Like, some clarity to just move on in life. Yeah.
No, that's so awesome. Please know your grandfather is so incredibly proud of you. And he just said, you know what? He's like, oh, the best is yet to come, sweetheart. The best is yet to come. He's like, don't even worry about that. Better for you in the new year here. It's some type of surprise. I'm not sure what this is, but he's like handing it to you and winking and wanting you to know that they've got it covered. Did you just have some type? I know a lot of people have had a pause in their work, or have had to leave some jobs and move to another one. Has this happened in your world?
That's so funny that you say that, because yeah, I went to school before I had kids, and then stopped that and had kids, and then just after I made those big life decisions and single mom, I just recently went back to school, and I just graduated in November. But because of COVID, there's like no work.
Yep.
Even if there is work, the last person that they're wanting to hire is like this single mom that's not available all the time, right? So I was saying, like, I know when it's supposed to be right, it'll be right, but please, like, I need help, because I'm in kind of this hard position, but I'm so ready to.
You're not preparation. I want you to understand you're on the plane. Now, what I mean by that is that I want you to think of it as if your whole life you have been waiting to take this trip to, let's say, Australia. Let's say you've wanted to go to Australia your whole life, and you get there. There was all this crap going on in your world. You could never get there. Then all of a sudden, somebody comes and gives you a ticket and says, guess what? You are going to Australia. Now you're going to feel extraordinarily excited, right? So then you get on the plane, and now you're sitting on the plane, and it's a 20-hour plane ride to get to Australia. You have to sit and you have to wait. Are you going to sit there and wait and tell yourself how stuck you are and how much this sucks and how horrible it is and all stuff? Or are you going to be there? You are on your way.
Exactly.
There is nothing left for you to do now but sit and wait patiently. God is up. We are playing 5D chess right now. There is a war going on in this world between God and Satan, and he is lining up his players. that you are going to be exactly where you need to be at exactly the right moment when we are ready to create this new world with the new therapies, technologies, and knowledge that is about to come into this world. He is setting those of us who are in a bit of a pause, because I was just on the brink of opening my center and everything when COVID hit as well. So I'm on a pause as well. And those of us who are on pause, we are being positioned in this big giant 5D game of chess. And trust me, on the other side of this new year, that's going to give you the go signal. And it's going to be so exciting. You've been training for this your whole life.
Yeah, I'm ready for, a change with my career. I've been working retail for so long, and I'm like, just get me out.
I'm seeing crafty. They're showing me crafty stuff, working with your hands or something to do with crafty stuff. Do you know what this is?
Yeah, I went to school, I'm a clinical esthetician now. So that's
literally. Oh my goodness, that's interesting. See, working with your hands and on hands. And faces.
Exactly.
Aw, please know that everything is about to get so exciting in your world, that you are exactly where you are supposed to be, and that your loved ones are so excited to be here with you at this moment in time. Your grandmother's also over there, correct? She's getting a little annoyed that I'm not acknowledging her here. She's like, what the heck? And she just yelled at your grandfather. She's like, what'd you do? She's ignoring me. What'd you do? And it's like, no, I'm not ignoring you. I know you're here. Just know they're all together with you, and she wants you to know that she's there for Christmas. And she's like, woo, we're doing the turkey right this time. We're doing it right this time. Somebody screwed up the turkey last year. What was with the turkey last year? Or you didn't do turkey last year?
Well, we actually aren't planning on doing turkey this year. Yeah, because of COVID, my mom was like, I don't know if we should, if we're going to be able to get together. And
can I stop you right there for a second?
Yeah.
When you make your decision on this, and anybody who's listening, I want you to hear this very carefully. When you make your decisions on whether or not your family is going to get together, I want you to hear some real stats here, okay? So the real stats are that this virus has a 99.999999% survival rate, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other stat is that I just read the stats. There's I think it's 1,043 deaths or something in Alberta from COVID. Okay. Do you want to know how many suicides there were from the lockdowns, from the isolation and all of that kind of stuff? Quadruple that.
Yeah, that's
so when you're making your decision on whether or not you're going to isolate all of the old people in your world because you're afraid that you're going to love them or life them enough that they're going to get sick and die, take into consideration that isolation kills far more people than a virus with a 99.999999% survival rate.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Make your decisions based on love for yourself and your family, and everything's going to be okay. Make your decisions based on fear, and you're going to produce the results that come with making decisions based in fear, which is Fear Town. You head in the direction of fear, and you end up in Fear Town. And you don't want to know what Fear Town looks like. It's not a pretty place. Isolation, loneliness, death, despair. And I'm not saying that to guilt you. I'm saying everybody make your own decisions for what is right with your family, but please keep that in mind, because I'm so disheartened and brokenhearted at all of the isolation and loneliness and heartbreak that I'm feeling from people all over the world. I'm an empath. I pick it up. The suicides that are going on around the world, and the people who are just giving up life because they're so full of dis-ease is a criminal what these programmers are doing to us. Do you understand? I hope I didn't mean to go off on you.
No, that's totally
about that. So I think that's why your grandma is saying, well, we can't screw up the turkey this year if you're not even cooking turkey. But consider that again. Just give it some thought. Give it some thought.
Yes.
And one other thing, she says, the other thing you have to tell them is to say the common sense out loud. Because a bunch of my neighbors and a bunch of people have said to me, yeah, but what if you're going to get a fine? They're going to call the police. And it's like, do you guys seriously think that they're going to convince enough police to go around and arrest people on Christmas Day for having their loved ones there? Do you think they have the personnel to do that? They don't.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't be a disrespectful dick and have 15 cars and no room for your neighbor, because then you're going to piss off your neighbor and they might call on you. You see what I mean? Be respectful. Everybody be respectful with each other and live your holiday based on love for yourself and your family. And I promise you will bloom love. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. They're pulling their energy back and getting really excited. Okay, your grandma did not. She's like, that's not fair. I didn't get much time to talk. She's talking about shopping for the kids. Are you almost done? Is there one? She's talking about that one thing that you've been having trouble finding. Do you have a son?
I do.
What did he ask for that is like, yeah, right?
I don't even know. He hasn't really asked for too much. Like, I already pretty much bought all the gifts. But maybe I should ask him.
I don't know. She's saying, you know what? I can help bring you there. I can help get him there. You just ask me. I'll help guide you right there. I feel like it's something he's asking for. If it's a gift, if it's an activity, I want to play in hockey, I want to play in soccer, I don't know what this is. But she's saying he's asking you for something and she can help you get there. Just ask her for help.
Okay.
Is he like 10, 12, like somewhere preteen and around there?
No.
How old is he?
7.
You know, it's funny when you said that, your grandma goes, yeah, say that again. And I'm like, why? And she goes, because he.
That he doesn't believe he's 7?
Yes, I feel like an old soul. Do you understand?
He is an old soul. He had to grow up really fast, and he's very, very, old soul for sure. Even though he's 7, like when you talk to him and his maturity, he's a lot older.
There's something he needs in his world that's going to brighten his world right up. Have you been a little worried about him recently?
I've always been about him because he has, his dad exposed him to a lot of kind of abuse.
That's what your grandma's talking about. She said she doesn't want you to worry about any of that stuff because then you're pulling it into your world for him. She wants you to ask her for whatever he needs and she will connect you right to it. So you don't have to worry about that stuff. See him struggling, you just go, Grandma, I need somebody that's going to help. Like, I need the wisdom somehow, or the experience, or the person that can help me guide him this. Do you know what I mean? And then bam, it'll be right there. If you see him getting sad, you go, okay, Grandma, I need to know what to do to help him. So I need some help with this one. And then bam, you'll get for that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
She said you're doing a better job than you give yourself credit for. You just still got to fine tune that habit of worry. Yes. And remember that what you worry, you create in your world.
Yeah, and I work on that because I'm such a no, I need to stop that. So definitely I have been working on it. So.
All right. Well, they're absolutely with you. They're wishing you a very Merry Christmas. And your mom's mom just reached down and gave your mom a kiss. And she said, you tell her I'm very proud of her, by the way. I'm very proud of her for that she's made. I feel like now when you said you said she's not having these night terrors. Your mom's validating that she's doing different things around bedtime that is helping her feel more rested in the day. I feel like she's getting more rest. Now, I know you said there's not as many night terrors, but I feel like she's also maybe going to bed earlier or getting earlier as well, and being a little bit more responsible for her own rest. Does that make sense?
Yes, after we seen you, it was just, she's been doing, and just even like, she has always had such panic at night and all these things. And, like you said, trying to take care of herself, she's been doing for the last few years. Mm-hmm. And she has come, like, she's lost like 80, 90 pounds. Like she's just has done so much for herself. And yeah, I'm so proud of her.
No. Well, your grandparents are proud of you and her, and they're like, let her know that we are here this Christmas. They want you guys to be together and to know that they are absolutely with you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. They're pulling their energy back, hon. I hope that was helpful.
Always helpful. Thank you so much, Tracy.
All right. Great night, hon.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, you guys, that's over an hour, and I wish I could stay longer to go. I have somewhere I have to be by 8 o'clock. So thank you all for coming. Merry Christmas to everybody. I'm going to do, here's a surprise. If you're watching and you're upset because you didn't quite get through yet, I want you to know this. I'm going to be back on New Year's Eve. What better way to ring in the new year than by passing the messages from Spirit, right? You guys, please hold on and plug into the joy in your world, because I promise you, God is still going on. It's going on to push you out of your comfort zone so that you can have what you've always wanted. Sometimes we ask for things, but we're not in the receiving mode to receive it, right? So, like I said, if you want something in your life, you have to make room for it. You might have to dump out what's in your cup so you can fill it up with goodness. But when you do, I promise you, God will meet you halfway. It's going to be a great year, you guys. Tune in to the positive. Ask for help. You can't do this on your own. You can't force through the old third dimensional reality into the fifth dimensional reality by yourself. You need to connect with your non-friends, loved ones, and God. He's coming back. He's making a comeback this year. It's the most exciting time to be alive in human history. Have a very Merry Christmas, everybody. My members, I will see all of you on Saturday, and the rest of you, I'll be back for some more free live readings on New Year's Eve. Take care, everyone.